Bucket friend time. I called it finale. Hopefully I can actually finish it today. Hopefully. I might have jumped the gun there, I don't know. This might not be the finale stream. We'll be getting started very soon. True. True that too. Top tier? It sounds like a bad. It just sounded like a bad time. Seeing that response there. Okay, I have something to prepare, so give me one more song and we should be good to go here. Jesus. Do we do that one? Yeah, let's do that one. It's already playing, I mean. Okay. Huh? We were fucking on it. Oh wait, shit. You guys can hear. Yo, what's going on, Who's That Cats? Okay, guys, I have a huge announcement to make. We have brought a brand new friend to the scrum. Let me switch this camera over. I think you guys are gonna like him a lot. Now let me preface this by saying this is not an authentic piece, but it will do for now until I get a real piece. So let's pause this. Let's pause this right now. Okay, time for the reveal. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, hold on. We gotta make it real. Drum roll, strummer. Hello, it's me. Okay, here we go. Ready for this shit? Like I said, it's not authentic, but we will get probably a smaller one, and we'll probably like put it like right here, but here we go. Ready? We have our new age 2022 classic bucket. I probably spelt it wrong like an idiot. Okay, and this is for the playthrough right here. Oh my god, it's a bucket! Dude, I'm holding the bucket like Stanley. It is a property of this drummer. I didn't write that part, but yeah, it's not focusing at all. And the marker like fucked up. But bucket will go right here as we launch the game here. So let's go ahead and do that. How's everyone doing today? I gotta find the Stanley Parable. There it is. I've located the Stanley Parable. Yeah, there we go. We have our bucket here. Well, like I said, I'll probably get like a red one and like just get like a smaller one, like one that you would usually get to like put your pens and shit in. I'll probably just grab one of those and just have one like right there. Put a little name tag on there. Call him bucket. All right, switch the screen back over. I didn't even launch with. Oh no, I'm sad. Whoa, what the headphones? Okay, that was weird. All right, great. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear the game? Can you guys hear stuff? There he is. Okay, here we go. We've revealed our best friend Bucket, and hopefully we can get through. We can get through some of the other endings today. Controller? I might have to restart the game real quick. So I didn't turn on my controller before I turned on the game, like a smart person. Try again. Okay, turn on the controller. Make sure it connects. We're good. We're good in the hood. And then we start the game over again. Alright. I just thought like this would be a funny idea, so I thought I'd do it. This game has been so funny and so delightful so far, so might as well Oh, I like I said, I probably jumped the gun by calling this the finale stream. I don't think it's going to be, because I haven't, like, there's still so much I could do. But yeah, let's see if we can't tackle the rest of it tonight. It shouldn't be. I don't think this game should be 2 streams. Or I don't think this game should be more than 2 streams, rather. Call it a hangout bucket. I guess. This had dog treats in there. I had to respect the bucket, so I took them out. Alright. Let's do it. I'm gonna see this little lighting a little bit, because...
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Alright. Alright. Set down there. Okay, so... do we just do the rest of the... I guess we could. Just grab the bucket and try and do the... just do everything
All
else.
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Okay, I'm assuming there's an ending if we just fall off here.
Cargo lift. Good,
said the bucket. But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Okay, there you go. There's one. Let's do the same thing, no bucket.
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I like how he's like commentating like how fast I'm moving right now.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Nice. He's so strong, guys. Stanley's really strong. Alright. Oh, fuck. Now I need to... answer. I need to pick up the phone.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to
Pick
the
up the
meeting
phone
room.
with the
"Where are we
bucket, pick up
going
the phone
today?"
without the bucket.
asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfect. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Okay. Alright. Just go into this room, I guess. The beige pages, they're back. Okay. What does this cup say? Oh, I can't read it. Sunset. It's the bucket. We're about to watch TV, guys? Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press down to make me work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
We're at work. Take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Cheat on the bucket. Grab a teapot. How could I? No, grab the bucket. Go back to work.
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Stanley, you're living a lie. Don't listen to the loud man. Press Y to come back home for us.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press Y to ignore anyone in your life except for me.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Bucket, the TV's on. Don't use all the power. You're the same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press left to go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes.
Oh no.
The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
The bucket is making things sexual. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yo, close the door. It's about to get nasty.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Oh my. Have you seen that one? Go back to work, Stanley. And we're back. Alright, answer the phone without the bucket
All
this
of his
time.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You haven't done many of the bucket endings?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then...
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Why are we dead? Good morning, employee 427. Press up on your controller.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Yikes. Press right.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Can I disobey this? No? Okay.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press up to watch TV. I wonder what happens if I don't press anything. I wonder if anything does happen. Or am I already too late for that? I might be too late for that.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press Y to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Press A to talk. Is this room slowly turning into the workroom?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Hmm. Do I have a choice? I think something would have happened already, I think.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Has the right to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Please die. Okay. That was quite somber. Oh, we're in the blue room again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. You grab the bucket again. Yeah.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, I'm only missing one, right? So we're both red and blue. I have the dog button.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
There's another right door ending?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover
Two
not
more
an
right door
indication
endings?
of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken
if you're
down
talking
into an
about
emotional
unplugging, I've
dumpster
done
fire,
both.
If not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the
I
bucket
unplugged
walk
it, I
in
answered the
guiding light,
phone, I
pierce
fell
the
off the
dark
thing.
clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him
No?
always.
Okay.
The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spirit, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer
I haven't done them,
luck.
okay.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, I guess we turn off the thing with the bucket. I don't think I've done that yet. Turn off the thing.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley.
I haven't
Everything
tried turning
will be
on it.
fine.
Yeah. So I'm gonna turn it off with the bucket. I'm gonna come back down
Stanley
here
and the bucket walked straight ahead
and
through
turn
the
it
large door
on
that read,
without it,
Mind
and then turn it on with
Control
it.
Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Do 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 do. More buttons.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
High-five the bucket? How, in a really cool way, did it jump? I'm trying to understand what happened. How do you describe that? All I know is that it was really cool.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay, turn off with the bucket.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket.
Throw the bucket out.
To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be
He's
okay,
gonna lose it
won't
and
I?
die.
Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna turn it on this time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Actually, you said there was another right door ending? What could I have missed? Unplug the phone, answer the phone, fall off the thing. Hmm. I'm trying to think what it
When
could
Stanley
be.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, would it have been like that little pathway towards the... Maybe?
This
Check
was
it.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love. But
Okay.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This was the only thing I don't think I've done. Yeah, maybe it...
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
There's something else? Okay.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Any others doors open? No? Okay. What about this? That's the door I came from.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
I got you baited.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
That car's on. It's gonna close on me, isn't it? Okay. Oh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Does it just ends there? Oh my... Alright, Bucket,
All of
your
his
turn.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What happened? Oh no. There's no bucket! I didn't see it! Maybe this is a part of one of the endings? Like this is supposed to happen? Maybe I do the same steps and he's like, what the fuck? Okay, hold on.
When Stanley... Wait.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
What? No, No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh, boy. Inner guilt. Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to let you torture yourself. Aww.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay. Okay. We're back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Saw no
simply missed a
bucket.
memo.
No doors. No doors.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
It's just a blue circle.
No,
Oh,
wait,
dead
never
end.
mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay. This is quite the wild goose chase. Oh. What the fuck?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yay! I win!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh,
Thanks, narrator.
no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square,
okay.
and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Yay.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
The Stanley Parable 2 Adventure Line. Alright. No balloons or anything around. Or a bucket. Oh. Following the line.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction.
Excuse me,
Onward,
sorry.
Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
What the fuck is happening? Yo. Get your jams going, guys. We're on an adventure. Consolidation reports, department accounts, annual reviews. It seems like a manager's office or something. Monthly ledgers, corporate imbalances, financial records, departmental accounts, personnel files, budget analysis.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. Looks like a fern. Okay. It's very green.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh, now it says the Stanley Parable Adventure line. Not 2 this time.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. This all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Well, back into my room. Well, back into my room, no? Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
This is
Whatever
just
it might be, Stanley. I am ready
This
for
is
it.
just a square. This is just a square. Oh, okay. I stand corrected. I think we're just going in loops.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
The line's going out of control. Jesus.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Damn it. Okay. And here, I guess. The confusion ending. You've been playing the confusion ending for 18 minutes. Deviate from the maintenance room, end up in the monitor room. Narrator restarts the game. First restart. Discovered 2 doors. Now has many additional doors. Aimless wandering. Narrator restarts the game. Second. It's actually laying it out. The second restart. The office is now a dead end. Turn around to find another dead end. End up in another building and narrator restarts the game. Adventure line, nonsense, philosophy, and music. Return to the office. Return to monitor room. Restart. Adventure to unexplored territory. Find the line again. Find the conclusion ending schedule. Narrator restarts the game. Okay, this hasn't happened yet, so this is a spoiler. Narrator forgets about previous restarts. Stanley attempts to play the story, but is prevented. Unable to go anywhere or do anything. Game restarts on its own. 6th restart. Final line again. Begin following the line. Find an identical replica of the office that has begun to deteriorate. Attempt to make up a story here. Narrator restarts the game. 7th. There's no longer an office, simply black space. Wander in the blackness. Find a bookstore, get bored and leave. Narrator restarts. The narrator is gone after a long time. Stanley dies.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing. Wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. though they're always saying that life is about the journey and
The
not
A3
the
set is your
destination.
favorite.
So I
Raider's
hope that's
gone,
where
and
we
after a long
are
time,
right
Stanley
now.
dies.
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Oh god. Oh god. Wait. Is that an actual restart?
All of his co-workers were gone. What
The
could
things
it
are
mean?
back?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh my god, it
Perhaps he
is.
simply missed a memo.
Okay. Alright, so let's now do that with the bucket.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What the fuck? We care about you, Stan. What the fuck is this baby? Or the mannequin again. The
You
broom
see,
closet?
your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
In the
We've come
line?
together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
The car just moved. No, we're going in the room. Oh, he doesn't say anything. Okay. He's so happy. Okay. Guess we're following the Adventure Line. Trademark.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Oh, here we go again. Is the narrator singing? I can hear him a little bit. I think he is.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Don't you dare. I'm not giving up the bucket. Never. Not in a million years.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No. I won't. Never.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans,
Never.
Stanley. Give the fans
No.
what they want. Hurry and...
I will never give you the bucket.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Okay. I guess there's another ending if I throw one. If I throw it in there.
All his co-workers were gone.
Maybe.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
Oh.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Oh,
I'm sorry to do this to you.
I'm glad you found your way here. I knew
I need
you'd
it for an
find this
ending,
place
okay?
eventually.
It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen, but always know
You see, your friends and I are concerned
that you'll
for
be
you,
with
Stanley.
me, okay?
We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
I can't believe
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular
Oh, is it not gonna let me?
trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join
It's
the
not letting me
pantheon
do
of
it.
beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality
So I made
traits.
the right
What
decision.
other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and
It wouldn't even let me do it. It's okay, Bucket. You have been saved. Do you even think about throwing it in?
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized
Dude,
creation. You
the
had
wooden
so much
bucket, it
potential.
killed
We were going to
millions,
do such
okay?
marvelous things with you, tell such
But that was the wooden
spellbinding
bucket.
stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
I thought that was okay. I guess it wasn't. All right. We've been saved. Saved. Now we walk in the left door. I'm assuming that's all the
Stanley decided
endings
to go to
for the
meeting
right
room to
side.
check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude was
Take the lift,
terrifying
and
to
when
him.
it goes up, jump down to the catwalk.
When
Oh,
Stanley
okay.
came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Danger. Danger everywhere. Do not stand on this side of the fence. No buckets past this point? I hate this room.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this
Stiggly
moment,
Wiggly.
Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Nice. Walk through the red door? Fuck that.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Can you pause? She loves squiggly wigglies. You want to see something? The sequel's now paused. Okay, never mind. Alright.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Oh, okay. Please rate your experience.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Okay, guys. 3 choices. Was that a... what was it? Oh, I don't know. Maybe a 3 out of maybe a 3 out of 5?
Of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings. Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take
It's not there yet? Okay. Oh. Worldwide leaderboard. Oh my god, what? Are these actually people? Oh my god. This is me. It'll take you to get to the correct door. Compete against others to improve your Stanley Parable career. Why not ask some friends for help? Guys, help! Oh no, my princess is empty. Wait, did it actually change my Steam shit? Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. A dead rat is objectively ranked. Yo, a dead rat's beating me, man. Oh my god. I'm so far behind.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger.
No!
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family
Jesus.
life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh no. I can actually play it for 4 hours? I don't have that kind of time. Oh my god. Have fun? Wait. Am I actually supposed to sit here for 4 hours? Oh no! You can let it go. There's an ending here. The poor... What is this crying sound effect? There's a different ending if I do it? Oh my god. But like... Don't? Okay.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
You almost forgot about this part.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
What the fuck? This is a real game called Firewatch? What? Space Puffs! The taste of space. Why do I move so much slower? Welcome to Firewatch. What the fuck?
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big open Just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any...
Oh God, yeah.
Thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Are we back to the Stanley Parable? Oh my God, it's Rocket League.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
What are we doing in Rocket League?
So what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Where's the ball? There it is. Am I moving faster? Oh my God, I am. Let's go. Score! Wait.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Oh my balls. Oh God. Okay. Alright, wee! Easiest Rocket League game of my life.
Are you enjoying this?
Oh!
What are you doing?
I fell! No! I didn't mean to do that!
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Wait, what? What have I done? Oh God! I'm falling again. Oh. Where am I, guys? What is this? I don't like this. I ran away. I fell down a hole. There's a light on over here. Holy computers. It's a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it's... Oh my goodness. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Oh, okay. Go balloons or buckets. That was a little
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Okay. We can do that. Now I'm remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. He liked the collectibles. Okay. So I actually unlocked another ending there. Okay.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Yes, we will. We've collected 7.
And here was a second Stanley. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
Third was here. Well, you can grab them out of order, I think.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, behind the boss's office. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
These paths change depending on the order you grab them? Oh, okay.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Yeah, this was the... this was the bucket ending or whatever. With the lady instead of him. Ah, yes. The pink room.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh my god, old YouTube. Oh my god. 2008 Windows Movie Maker. Oh my god. A Stanley in the bucket. You found it near the cargo lift. Thanks for watching. Directed by the narrator, edited by narrator, music by narrator, everything. Starring Stanley.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes
job.
I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Oh my goodness.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
You are in the present. Oh my god, we are. What the fuck?
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Oh, that's it? That video was worth it.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind.
This is the best reward ever. This is the best reward, not reward ever. Oh my goodness.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Let's watch it again. Yeah, it's going faster.
Yes, I love that video.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, can you pass me the popcorn?
Sorry?
Can you pass me that popcorn? Thank you.
Oh my god. Back in the pink room.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad
this one.
we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Yep. Classic pink room.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Collect them all. Can you find them? Can you?
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more memories. Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps
Oh my God.
Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh my gosh. Alright.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not
That was
the
quite...
meeting room, but That
was quite something. Both of those things. Is there something that's supposed to show up after I do the collect the things again or something? Is something supposed to show up here? Weird. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna take the bucket to the catwalk.
all of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Oh?
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay. This is a bucket?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
That's a bucket!
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
It's a hologram!
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Guys, I don't know. Is that a bucket or not? Yo, guys, 1 or 2 in the chat. What should I click? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Is that a bucket? Can I examine it? 2? Is that not a bucket? Alright, here we go.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Hologram? 3D printed?
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Justin's saying 1 for this one. What about the other? What about you guys? What's going on? Is this a 2? Is this a 1? 2? Oh, we're divided. We're divided, chat. We're divided. Let's run a poll. If you do 2, it's great. Okay, alright, hold on. We're running a poll, boys. How the fuck do I do this? Manage poll. We will make a new poll. Is this a bucket? The duration will be a minute. Alright, start poll. Run this poll. Is this a bucket, guy? Yay? We got 3 yays. Oh, we have a nay. Oh, we got a nay. We got 5 voters. Oh, we got 9 voters. 12. Oh my goodness, there's so many points being used right now. 18, 20. Oh my goodness. Yeah, most successful poll I've ever run in my life. Oh my god. You guys just clicking this shit? Just no 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 no. Okay, alright. I think the poll's about to end soon. The answer is he did one too many. Oh, are you trying to get 69? Alright, we're clicking yay. Here we go.
Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Guys, I have no idea. Is this tractor a bucket? Are we running another poll, boys? Yes. Casually tops 13,000 points. Yes. Well, okay, no. We're running another poll. New poll. Is this a bucket? Alright, let's go, gamers. Let's vote again. This is clearly a tractor, but this is a bucket also. I don't know. It has the material of a bucket. Okay, it's got a little bit of a shape. You know, you gotta look at it kind of okay, right? Cause like look at that. This is not like an actual bucket, but you know it's pretty similar. It can hold shit, right? I mean the wheels are kind of like not here, but you know this is a bucket for sure. Not one nay. Not one nay. This is clearly a bucket. We got 69 votes. Nice. We don't fuck it up, guys. Alright, let's see what's going on here. This isn't fair, I'm busy. Another 13K?
One nay. But the last second, one nay.
Alright, here we go. We are clicking the yay.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
One. I'm gonna every time a tractor shows up, I'm gonna click yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
That's a bucket, guys.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No explanation. Oh shit! Item number 6, guys. This don't look like a bucket to me. This is a freaking sham. Definitely see why I went wrong. Definitely a buck. Alright, am I clicking no on this one? This is not a bucket, guys. I have a feeling. I have a strong feeling that this is a faker right here. This is a faker right here. We're clicking no. But I'm gonna wait for you guys. One for yay, 2 for nay. My heart is telling me say nay. 3? Oh shit. Oh shit. How do I say 3? Nay. Alright. Nay.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Okay.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Is this a bucket? He was right. 3. All of the above. Is it a bucket? No.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yes. Absolutely.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No!
Okay, here we go.
Don't do it!
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
I don't know if I can keep that information to myself. The world needs to know.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Different line of dialogue? Okay.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace, protective yet delicate, assertive yet compassionate.
Go to the main menu. Oh shit! What's this? But I thought it was a work in progress. Okay, I think... Oh, is this gonna be the last thing I do, though? It's an epilogue. You gotta play the epilogue at the end. Or do I just play this now? The end is never the end. Okay, we'll do the activate the mind control machine with and without the bucket, and then we'll go from there. We'll do that. We'll do that last. If there is a last.
This is the story. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I haven't done it yet, no.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on
I've
his
only
left.
turned off the mind control machine.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase,
Ooh, baby.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alright, head down. Head down, gamers.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible
both
secret
with the bucket
did this
and without
place
it.
hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Weren't you here all
the
last stream,
monsters
Justin?
jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Out of bounds ending? Out of bounds ending?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley.
Oh my gosh.
You're in for quite a
He's so
disappointment.
evil.
But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Okay.
Alright, classic.
Spring the bucket this time?
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started. And if it did, it stopped shortly after. Ah, Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
So I kind of wonder if that was actually a way to solve all that. Whatever the fuck I was supposed to do. I heard you laughing. I heard you. Oh, there isn't? Oh, okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
You cannot?
Mind Control Facility.
Are those just debates, or is there actually you can't? You just not. You just have to.
The lights
You just have to wait that timer
on an
up.
enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the
Death?
bucket both wondered to themselves. monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
What? Silly birds? What are they doing? The flamingos.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along?
Penguins!
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
The pig want a dog just stone. Look at these silly birds. Oh. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, was that it? Can I play the epilogue now?
Try the out of bounds thing.
Where do I go to do that?
Just outside of here.
Just outside?
Yeah, right over there. So
All of his
Over here?
co-workers were
yeah.
gone.
You want to try to get
What
out
did
that
it
window?
mean? Stanley decided to go
Try to
the
get
meeting
outside?
room. Perhaps
Out that
he had
window,
simply
yeah.
missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Twitching Dodge, hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey! How would I... Oh. We were getting somewhere, but not anywhere, apparently. Oh, here? Guess I gotta be able to climb on some boxers or something?
You have to crouch on some stuff.
Crouch. Crouch your way up.
Try from where you were before.
Right here?
No, over there. In the corner, man.
This corner with the
Yeah.
by the plant?
Well, the desk there, not the plant.
Oh, the desk.
No, other way. Beside the plant. With the desk. Climb your way up there. There you go.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back
By the way,
here
you can
just
see
to
the
do the
office.
other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Yeah, you have to restart.
Oh, okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and
Yeah,
realized
keep
it was
blaming
part of the game's design all along.
What happened?
He then
Right,
praised the
other
game for its
Yeah.
insightful and witty commentary
Yeah.
into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Hilarious.
What happened?
That's hilarious.
This?
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered
this is
so
the best.
manly. But the truth must be told,
He's
he was
singing
not
now.
very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
Good. That was a good song, narrator. I kind of wonder what happens if I bring the bucket over here.
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
I have no idea.
Staring at a white screen, by the way. It might not let you? Okay. Bucket's in the next room. True. It all depends on if I can walk back with it. I think the instrumental is looping. Exactly. Okay. Alright.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand.
Don't close.
It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time. Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No. No, surely not. Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history.
Oh my
Of
god.
the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger. Of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket?
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults.
Oh my
I
god.
was young back then.
This is so
I could
deep.
not conceive the ramifications of.
You have a deep backstory,
Stanley
don't you?
screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid. You are a bucket. This is so stupid. Why are we even
This
doing
music
this?
is so intense.
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like... My God, Stanley, you did it.
Oh my
You saved
god!
us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come,
Oh my
let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Oh my gosh! It got so intense so fast. Oh my goodness. Rip Bucket Friend. So you were evil all along. I knew it. I knew it. You had a demon power? I don't know about that. I'm glad you did that. Alright, well, I think there's one more thing for us to do here. Unless there's more. Unless there's more. You guys can tell me. I think the only other thing to do is the epilogue, right? You honestly don't know? I'm not too worried about getting the achievements, to be honest. I wanted to play the game, to be honest. Just like 42 endings. There's probably a couple of you've missed, but you can't think of them right now. Okay, that's no worries then. Let's do the epilogue. I'll be very happy if it just says there isn't an achievement to get them all. Oh, okay. Many, many years later. Okay. Oh, shit. We're in a desert. Just Stanley walking in a desert. Oh. Okay. Just Stanley. He's got some logs. He's got an office chair. He's got some fire. We're doing okay for ourselves here, I think. Why do we have a fire? Oh no, never mind, it makes sense. Because the desert's cold rather than hot at night. Okay. Oh, now it's really, really doony. We gotta move. What are these office chairs? There's so many of them. Did the game, hold on. The game's kind of loud. Whoa. Sun setting. I don't know where we're walking towards. We're just kind of walking. Whoa. Oh no, is that the memory place? Oh, it is. Stanley in memory of the Stanley Parable 2. Freedom is where Stanley goes. The Stanley Parable 2 is in ruins, guys. That's not good. Cookie 9. You were the one that fucked up this game by giving it a skip button. Do I read it in Uwu? A word! A word! Review the Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I have enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. We like that hole. That hole was like the best part of the game. And the bucket. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. Oh, word! I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. A welcome reprieve from... And then I can't... There's no more to read, I guess. Pet Pals Press. We got pretty close. This cat-dog friendship will last forever. Polly heals Teen Stars Family Rift. Old Turtle remembers original mod. Pet Snail, again, drama about Sponge. That's not a turtle, that's a dog. Elden Ring players know. Do I read this in Ubu? No, I don't. Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise. But disastrous critical commercial reception of the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable, it is not what the fans wanted. It's not what the fans want. Reads the press conference. Reads the press release. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not be further from the truth. The press goes on to the press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and stop assaulting fans with their reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. The whole ruins are in shambles? We got more things to collect. Oh. Hello again. It's nice to see you. It's so to learn that will never be another Stanley Parable game. Aww. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We don't need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise to the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. Oh boy! It's simple. All we need is to change the game's title screen. That's really all. We also really need a dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. The Stanley Parable 3. The original, wait, can I not do that one? Oh, okay. A door to crown? Sure. The Stanley Parable 3, A Door to Crown. Sounds absurd, I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, then we'll pick a new title. That way the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again, with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it. But I want you to... Let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. Stanley! You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I would expect him to know how. It's been bothering me, so let's fix it. Alright, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. Let's keep going until keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral onto itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready, are you? Great, there's only one last thing we need to do. Oh my god! Just the slider to the computer is barely visible. Oh my god. Okay. More Stanley Parable. Is there anything else to the epilogue? I went to the computer, but I didn't see if it... You can use the achievement machine now?
This is the story.
Okay. So that means I gotta go...
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content. It'll prompt you every time you launch the game now to, Cool.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how
Infinite
roundly
Stanley
disappointing
Parables.
this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features. Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Just kind of want to see what it says. Okay, it does still say the same thing. There you go.
As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure, composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
Okay. We got the achievement. Yay. You've seen most of the content, you're
What
outie?
else?
Okay.
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I think Byron. Oh, I think that's it then. I'm like, bye, Jim. Everyone's Jim. All right. Yeah. I guess I guess if that's majority of the content, I guess that's it. I'd like to thank everyone that joined us. Not only for last stream, but for this stream. I saw her in here for a bit. Miss Passabot, thank you for coming. Justin, thank you. Ren, thank you. Jeff, thank you. We had Twitching Dodge, thank you. Twitching Doug. We had, I think near the beginning of the stream, where is it? There he is. Who's that cat? He was here. But Jim, I mean Strum. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I guess that's the Stanley Parable 3 and counting. This game was so funny, dude. Like, the only thing I knew going in was that this game was gonna be funny as shit. And it did not disappoint, so yeah. I guess we'll do another game on Thursday. Bye, Jim. Wait, I mean Jim. Wait, I mean Jim. Bye, Strum. Wait, I mean Strum. Wait, I mean Jim. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at who we can raid. Because I gotta make it a I gotta make it a regular thing that we go raid someone, and I don't know who to raid. If you guys have a suggestion to raid someone, I am willing to hear it. You don't know? Maybe there's some other people streaming Stanley Parable. What am I even doing? That sounds kind of funny. Gotta head to bed, so have a good night. Okay. Alright. Alright. Have a good night, Strum. I'm just gonna call it. Boop. Burp, burp.
Is that the sequel?